This is the chilling story of Graham Young, the teacup poisoner. Imagine a teenager obsessed with poisons, using that knowledge to slowly poison his family, all while appearing innocent. This isn't fiction, it's a true crime nightmare. Graham Young's interest in chemistry began early. By 14, he was doing dangerous experiments at home. Soon, his stepmother, Molly, became mysteriously ill. Nausea, stomach cramps, vomiting. Doctors were baffled. Then Molly died. Officially, complications from an illness. After Molly's death, the poisonings continued. Graham's father, Fred, and his sister, Winifred, developed the same symptoms. Fred even felt he was being poisoned. Doctors couldn't figure it out. But then a friend, Christopher Williams, also got sick after drinking tea Graham made. Christopher became suspicious. He told a doctor about Graham's obsession with poisons. This tip led police to Graham's room. Inside, they found a stash of poisons, including thallium, a deadly substance. They also discovered detailed notes on the effects of different poisons, matching the symptoms his family and Christopher had experienced. Graham was arrested, charged with attempted murder and other related charges. He was only 14 years old. Because of his age and possible mental problems, Graham was sent to Broadmoor Hospital, a secure psychiatric institution. The atmosphere at Broadmoor. Life at Broadmoor was strange. While Graham was being treated, he was also closely observed. His fascination with chemicals never truly waned, and he would sometimes request specific substances for research purposes, carefully monitored by the staff. He became known for his intelligence and his ability to manipulate those around him. He convinced some staff members that he was genuinely remorseful and no longer a danger. After years of treatment, doctors believed he was rehabilitated. They felt he understood the gravity of his actions and was no longer a threat to society. Questions remain to this day how a boy guilty of such horrific crimes could convince the staff to allow his release. He was released in 1971 at age 23. Upon release, Graham got a job at a photographic equipment company. Then employees started getting sick, experiencing similar symptoms to his family. Two co-workers, Bob Eagle and Ron Hewitt, died suddenly. Authorities immediately suspected Graham. His past, the identical symptoms, he was the prime suspect. The victims and the tea. Those who knew Bob and Ron remembered them as good men, hard-working and well-liked. The strange illness that afflicted them started subtly. Headaches, fatigue, stomach problems, before rapidly worsening. Both men had been seen drinking tea that Graham had offered them. This detail would later prove crucial in connecting Graham to their deaths. The innocuous act of sharing a cup of tea became a symbol of his sinister intentions. Police exhumed the bodies of Bob Eagle and Ron Hewitt. Toxicological tests found thallium poisoning. Graham was arrested again, this time for murder. At trial, the evidence was overwhelming. He knew about poisons. He had access to thallium. His victims had the same symptoms. Graham Young was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Graham Young, the teacup poisoner, is a disturbing true crime case. His obsession with poisons, his lack of empathy, and his deception made him uniquely dangerous. He died in prison in 1990, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can exist within anyone.